So I got invited. Actually, I saw somebody post about it. My buddy Nixon from Framing Hanley said something about this Clubhouse app. And so I did some research on it. I kind of half-assed watched a video about what it was. And so it's this new social media app. And if anybody's on Clubhouse, I'm at No Limit Cooper. Throw a follow in there. So basically, it's all audio. It's no pictures. There's no texts. There's no sharing of links or anything like that. It's strictly audio. My buddy Steve Virginia, who's going to be on the show next week from Nashville, invited me into Clubhouse. You have to be invited now. You can't just like download the app and join because it's still really in kind of beta. They're still working on it. So you can you start your own room. And from within that room, you can have conversations, like voice conversations with whoever else is in the room. It's kind of a cool, audio-only social media app. Bunch of cool people on there. I know Elon Musk almost broke it because he started a live conversation. But it's really kind of eerie because you're in this app, and you could have a conversation with Elon Musk. Like he's there talking about, I don't know, what's that mind thing they got going on, that neuro thing they're going to put in our brains, so we're all going to be able to do some Neo in the Matrix shit, like teach me how to fly an Apache helicopter or something like that. It's going to be crazy. But you're like in this chat room, vocal chat room, talking with whomever is leading the room. Now they can not invite you in to actually speak, but you can still be there listening to what they have to say. Kind of a really cool new way of looking at social media, because you do have a chance, which you really don't get to do on other platforms, and that's actually have conversation. That's a lot of the premise behind what this is to have open form conversations with people about what they got going on, their thoughts, their insights, but really cool stuff. So if you check out Clubhouse, again, right now it's just in beta. So if nobody invites you, you kind of go on and you can save your screen name, and then and once it gets going, they open it up. Otherwise, I think if somebody sees you on there, then they can in turn invite you to join Clubhouse. But kind of a cool new thing. It's one of those things that you're probably going to regret, not investing in. We can talk about investing in stuff if we really want to, but that whole Robinhood thing it's a wild week, man. Little guy taking down big hedge firms, making money on GameStop. I mean, okay, I have a 10-year-old, so I've been to GameStop, and if you ever tried to exchange something at GameStop, I think he had a couple old games and a video game console or something like that. But he tried to exchange something, and it was probably worth $50 on eBay, and GameStop's hey, here's $10. But hey, now it's the cat's meow, that whole GameStop thing. Look at this fella here. Adrian Patrick of Otherwise Jumping on.
Coons, what up, man? Did I jump the gun, bro? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be prepared. I don't want to be late.
No, man. Early bird gets the worm, man. Early bird gets the worm. How you been?
I'm all right. You can hear me all right?
I can hear you like you're right next to me.
All right, cool. Very good. Very good.
How you been,
man? Let me know when it's my turn, my time, and I'll just kick back.
All right. Well, I just brought you on. You're on the live stream now, so I'll
snaps! All right.
Say hi to everybody. How you doing, everybody? How you doing?
Welcome to Cooperville, baby.
Yeah, we're live, man. It's good.
That's awesome, but dude, the beard game is fucking strong, bro.
It's eventually I want it to be a coat. I've seen you wear some badass big fur coats. Doing the damn thing, coming out on stage. It's well, bam. I just want mine to be well, bam. Just be able to throw it around my shoulders.
They've been faux fur. Not real. Yeah.
Well, wait.
But I do have a body beard. I've got a full-on body beard going, dude. So I'm good on that.
Just connecting it all, just from the upper lip, just all the way.
From here down. It doesn't grow up here. So just from the eyes down. That's.
No, man, that's awesome. I have so much I want to talk to you about, including I re-listened to our podcast, and I was inspired, and this is probably going to happen tonight, to go and rewatch Big Trouble in Little China, because the first thing we talked about was the checks in the mail, and Jack Burton.
In the mail, baby.
Now I re-listened to our podcast. I'm like, shit, man, I got to go rewatch that now. That's my Friday night.
I gotta go, dude. That movie. If you haven't seen that movie, and if you have seen it and you think it sucks, well,
fuck you.
go fuck yourself.
You don't
know
even know. Golf Tango Yankee.
Oh,
Golf.
What you got? What you got? Dude, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Golf Foxtrot Yankee, baby.
There you go. Grunt Style. Hey, Grunt Style, if you're watching, by the way, feel free to jump on board and sponsor the podcast because this makes $0 right now. This is just what I do for fun.
Hey, dude, it's like rock and roll, baby.
I know.
It makes close to $0.
How much you making? So. Well, I can afford to keep the internet connected, so we've got that going for us.
Well, at least that's working, bro. That's good, man. Dude, I like that. Golf Foxtrot Yankee might be the next album title.
If it's not, then I'm gonna be upset because I think we created some magic right here.
So how you been, man? What's going on? What's cracking with you,
dude? Been just living the dream. Working for the festivals. Not actually putting on festivals, but no, it's been good. Beard Company, dadding it up, starting live shows, watching.
No, you're doing the dad thing too, man. That's pretty. I mean, look, you can see it right here, bro. This is all, daddy beard right here, bro.
Mine's coming, man. Actually, I'm starting up here, like kind of like what happened is I used to have hair that came down somewhere around here, and now it's like scared of my face now. It's just like it's going, what the fuck? It's just backing up. It's had enough. So I just wear hats now.
Oh shit! Man.
But you guys are like, I've seen you guys jumping on and doing the Twitch thing. I know you guys got a Patreon going on, so you guys are like really, you found ways during all of this to kind of embrace different avenues of keeping connected with the fans, which you guys just, I mean, I don't know if anybody does it better than you guys do.
I appreciate that compliment, Coops. I mean, really, I wish we were better at the Patreon thing. We have a handful of people who subscribe and pay good money every month, and then there's times I'm like, damn, dude, I'm not doing enough for these people who are giving their money to help me take care of my family, Right. So I've been trying to wrap my head around the Patreon kind of wheelhouse, and we, again, as like being a dad, I don't know how some of these other guys do it who are on Twitch. I know that there's a few artists they're on Twitch, they're on Patreon like nonstop, and they have kids. And I'm like, how the fuck are they pulling that off, man? Because I just literally had to send the boys upstairs on their iPads. I was like, wait, they can be down here while I talk to Coops. But and then they started screaming on the iPads, and I was like, all right, now you got to get out of here.
Dude, I had I can't remember who I think it was Mixie from Stitched Up Heart, or I was on with somebody, and so it's me and then her, and then all of a sudden a little face all of a sudden peeks into the camera, and I'm like, this is my son. And then, I got, in my studio down here, I got two other mics set up. So he's over on the other mic. He's just talking. He's like, you know what I think? I think that Fortnite is really not as cool as everybody thinks it is. I'm like, well, Dude,
that's over here playing Roblox. And
Roblox.
Okay, yeah, let me get the password for you, dude. Like, I got to do this thing. Like,
Roblox is the thing, though, man. I don't know. These kids are.
How old is your little one again?
Gonna be 11.
11. All right, so not as little, but still,
Yeah, he's shorter than I am, so I call him little.
He's a little dude, man.
Yeah, until he overtakes me, he's just a little. He's a little shit. But
right.
But it's weird though, in Roblox and things like Minecraft. It's weird when you look at the spectrum of gaming and how you have, and even Fortnite, I guess to an extent. You have things like you look at Call of Duty or even like the new Madden. Or I see they're coming, like college football, NCAA college football is coming back out with a game. Like the graphics, it's like on the verge of being like you're playing with real humans. It's so close.
My big son and I were literally watching something on ESPN2 the other day, and it was like a Madden competition. And I was like, yo, son, come here, look at this. And they're playing, and he's like, is that real football, Dad? And I was like, no, it's a video game.
Right.
And he's like, that's a video game? I was like, yeah, dude. That's a great video game, man. But you know what scares me about that shit, Coops, is like when I ended up coming up playing video game stuff, there wasn't a whole lot of the online element. You know what I mean? So like sometimes my son, one of them will be on their iPad and they'll be playing like Roblox or Minecraft or something. And they'll say they're talking to someone. And that's just, as a parent, man, that kind of freaks me the fuck out a little bit, so like on our Xbox, And I do my best on the iPad. Like I try to limit the online engagement. You know what I mean? Right. Because like you were growing up, we were playing Madden on what Super Nintendo and fucking
the SNES or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of shit. So there was not a bunch of potential weirdos like that are playing the game with you. And that's, I mean, the beauty of the online thing is we get to do this kind of stuff, but then there's that other kind of, shady side that as a dad, I worry about.
Yeah, this just happened the other day. So I was upstairs, doing something in the kitchen, and my son was down here in the basement, and he was playing on his Switch, and it was Roblox or Fortnite or something, and I can hear like the other kids he's playing with, and they all sound like they're 10. I'm like, he's just playing with some kids. They're all 10, and all of a sudden I'm up there, and I don't have anything playing. The TV's not on. There's no music going, and I hear this voice, and I'm like, that's a fucking man. Like, hey, like I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna do this thing behind the tree. And I'm like, who in the fuck are you talking to? He's like, that's my cousin Carter. I'm like, the fuck it is. So I call up, my cousin, and I'm like, dude, put Carter on the phone. And Carter, who's now 14, and I talked to him, and he gets on. He's like, hello. I'm like, what? Whoa, like, dude, like, what happened? Like 8 minutes ago, or maybe 8 months ago, you were like, hey, I'm gonna be a teenager, and now you're talking like a man. That's not okay.
Dude, that is so funny that you mentioned that, Coops, because I recently kind of reconnected with my own nephew, my cousin Ivan, God rest his soul. His son, Elijah, who happens to like somehow magically, I guess it's in the blood or whatever, right? He's into music and he's pretty fucking good at it, right? Mm-hmm. So we kind of connected. I mean, I hadn't spoken to the kid since since his dad died in 2011. So almost 10 years I hadn't spoken to this young man, right? And he gets on the phone. He's like, Uncle Adrian, what's up, man? And I was like, I'm talking to him, and I'm lowering my voice while I'm talking to him because I was like, dude, this kid's got a deeper voice than I do. What the fuck is going on, man?
What are they putting in the water over there, dude?
Yeah, what the hell, man?
More bassy, you have to run you at tenor or something, dude. Like, bring it up.
Yeah.
But that online world, man, I mean, I do think, during all this, it is, with online schooling, my kid's doing the virtual thing. So, I mean, it's great. It's fucking amazing. I mean, I get to, be like, I'm bored. I should start a talk show like Monday through Friday for 3 hours and just talk to people I know and, about whatever. There's no direct, end game to this conversation. It just goes wherever.
Right.
But then, when you get that parent mode and you go, man, it's really cool. All the cool things I can do. And you're like, wait a minute, he's probably smarter than I am. These kids, they don't know a world where the internet isn't just everywhere. I mean, it's like, Dad, where's the Wi-Fi here? I'm like, we're in the middle of nowhere. And he's like, well, I see there's a Wi-Fi. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, dude,
my wife sometimes, she's not a huge video game fan. She wasn't like a gamer growing up, like, my brother and I were, and as you were, probably, I'm assuming, but she'll jump on and try to play a game. And, my sons are 6 and 4, and they'll be telling her what to do. You know what I mean? Like how to sign in and how to pull up, like add a guest so she can play. And she's just like, how do they know this shit? And I was like, I didn't teach them. Like we just sat down and they figured it out,
They have my son, and I'm sure yours do too. They have this knowledge of like Google and YouTube. You can learn whatever you need to know. And if not, they'll just my buddy told me if I just downloaded this app, I'm like, wait a minute, let me vet this child. Like, how do you know him? Like, how old is he? Let me see some ID. Like, I need to know.
Right. We had the Dewey Decimal System and like Britannica, Encyclopedia Britannica. That's how we learned shit.
But dude, it made us survivors. Can you imagine if our children had to go into a library? Not they go into a library, but if they ever go into a library and had like these just cards with numbers and letters on them, they'd be like, "What in the like? Can I just yell at a robot and it like gives me the book or sends it to me in the mail?"
Alexa, I need this book. Oh shit! I just tried.
Yeah, robots are listening now, man. Robots are listening.
Seriously.
It's crazy though. So what, and you guys, like I said, you've been doing stuff on Twitch and on other social media sites, doing live stuff with the band. You know, I saw you bringing Tony the other night. That was hilarious. He just comes in spinning on his chair. It was amazing.
Yeah, right. That was great. The
was
Twitch
great.
thing, and you're always trying to think about in this day and age, what's our gimmick? Do we have a shtick? You know, like what is it? You know, but then when we like with my brother and Nick and Joe, and then Tony he's kind of like the ghost man on third or second. I can't remember the exact baseball phrase, but he's still like an unofficial / honorary member. And that was awesome. Like just jumping on and doing that and just being ourselves, you know? So I do really appreciate and enjoy that aspect of like the Twitch game and the live streaming stuff. Again, I wish we were a little more innovative for our Patreon fans. And even just for ourselves as well. But it's God bless the guys who have figured it out. You know what I mean? Right. There's certain guys who just, they get on and they've got 100,000 people watching them while they're streaming, just playing video games or just selling merch, and it's like, man, tip my hat to you, dude. So, but we're not, again, it's been a great avenue to stay active, stay somewhat engaged, in this weird, like we spoke last time, this whole weird, I don't know, fucking zombie apocalypse that's happening. But
they're coming, bro.
But actually, man, you know what I'm really excited about is we actually get to go and do what we do best. Coming up in April, we are going to be doing a little mini tour.
Nice.
And so we're going to get to get out there and live again, and that's what I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking for just the chance. I never thought I'd ever get to tour again. You know what I mean? Right. I was like, well, when's the next time we're going to get to tour? So it's like a 2-week run, 10-day run. And it's a couple of our favorite venues that we've played, mostly Midwest. And it's, who knows? It could be the last time we ever tour. We don't even, and it's like, even now in these uncertain times, it's like, we don't even know if, a month out, 2 weeks out, a venue is like, look, we can't do it. Our local government said no, or what? We have no idea what to expect, but we are committed to doing it, man. Mm-hmm. And we're calling it the Tiger Blood Mini Tour.
Charlie Sheen would be proud.
I know. I hope we're making him. I hope we're making good old Chuck proud, man. My brother. We actually. I think I can't remember if we talked about it, but shortly before. I was on your podcast with you. We had done Sturgis, and it was like it was just like old times. Nobody gave a fuck. Hardly anybody was wearing masks, and we were wearing masks. But when we were at the merch booth, we were taking pictures and shaking hands and all that. Of course, sanitizing and stuff.
Right.
And none of us got the vid. But then in recent weeks, my brother got it. And our drummer Joe got it, but they're okay. They were okay. It was rough on my brother, but now that's why we're calling it Tiger Blood, the Tiger Blood Tour, man. It's like, all right, look, we got them antibodies, man. Let's go. Let's do this.
Do you remember when was the last show? I mean, was that the last show you played? Was Sturgis? Or have you played since then?
The last actual big live show, yes.
Yeah.
That was it. And it was packed, man. We played at Iron Horse Saloon, I think we're pretty sure what it was. And it was it's a huge venue, outdoors, big stage, great crew, great sound, great lights. The place was fucking packed. And that was the last full-on public show we did. But we've done a couple of private shows. We call them our little VIP super spreader events that we've done. And dude, I mean, it's been great. I know that, like I said, my brother got sick, our drummer got sick, but shit, man, we got to live. Right. We got to live. You can't just run and hide,
Yeah, it's and there's some places that are open. I just had Matt James on from Blacktop Mojo. I know you guys have done some stuff. That beard, I'm telling you, it's a thing.
Dude, that man has a fucking glorious beard.
He's like the leader of the ginger beard army. He's just it's got that red.
He's got Viking blood, man. That motherfucker's got some Viking blood in him.
He does, man. He's all Texas too. He's all Texas.
Yeah. And those guys in Blacktop Mojo, that was our last actual tour that we did was with them.
Yeah.
And it was such a great time, man. We'd never met the dudes. And by the time we got done, it was roughly about a month run or so. Like, man, I can't believe that was 2019, dude. So anyways, it was like we made lifelong friends being out there with those guys, you know, and it was beautiful. And as rough as the road can be, you know what I mean? It's, you know, being away from family and you know, living in a van basically. And when you meet guys like that who are your coworkers, your contemporaries, and they just, you know, they become fast friends, man. They're like, you know, I feel like I've known those dudes forever.
Yeah.
And that doesn't always happen in this business. So for you to have Matty on tonight, that was awesome, dude. Like, fuck, how's he doing, man? They're
just playing a show, man. They're fucking playing a show tonight down in Houston.
Really?
Yeah. Socially distanced. I talked to him about it. I said, you know, what's it like? Is it like, I mean, to me, I think Texas is like the fucking last frontier, you know, like they don't give a fuck, you know, like whatever. Everybody's got a gun. It doesn't matter, you know, fuck COVID, you know, but it's a socially distanced show, you know, so they got tables set up and everybody has to be around a table, you know? So he's like, it's going to be weird, you know, because, you know, and you guys are the same way. I mean, I've seen you multiple times. That connection, and a lot of artists are this, the connection between you and the audience is the energy that makes it go, that makes it happen, you know? So to have it be like, just, you know, 4 people over here and there's 3 over here. I'm like, well, dude, like, don't stage dive because nobody's going to fucking catch you. But he's like, you know, it's a show, and you know, they think they did one in December, and then they have this one, and then they have one in a couple weeks. But you know, it's even in Texas, of all places, it's few and far between.
Yeah, it's weird, man. We did a couple, you know, as you mentioned, we did a couple of live stream events from our production facility in Las Vegas, Structure Exhibits, and the last full like band one we did, you know, we had a socially distant crowd, you know, it was only like 20 people tops or so. And it was just weird. It is a weird thing, you know, it's like, it's one thing if you drive to some little bar somewhere in some town you've never played, where you have no radio presence and you play to 10 people, you know, and it's like, okay, well, we're on to the next show. And that on tour that happens, you know, but it's a whole different like mindset when you prepare for this big show that you're doing. We had a big stage and full production, and there's literally like 24 people there because that's all, you know what I mean? That's all you're legally allowed to do. And the energy exchange is definitely, it's completely different, you know? So, and for bands like us and Blacktop, you know, I mean, every band feeds off of it really. But it's I don't know. I really don't know what to expect on this Tiger Blood tour. I'm hoping the shows don't get canceled. I'm hoping that people show up. I'm hoping that people are responsible. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, wear a mask or don't wear a mask, but just don't cough in my fucking face if you're not wearing a mask. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or really in general. I mean, that, like, I can't believe
COVID or no COVID, don't cough.
It took COVID to be like, don't cough in people's faces. Like, shouldn't that have been a fucking thing? Like, just don't do that in general.
Isn't it basic, like, human, like, how you act? How you're supposed to be?
Like, in the beginning was like, wash your hands. I'm like, shouldn't people be doing that? Like, it feels like we did this whole, like, toddler training thing, like, don't cough in people's faces and wash your hands and
cover your mouth,
clean your butt, and you'll be fine. Like, okay. Like, I think I was at my son's 4K. I think they said that same fucking thing. Like, he knew. He's like, yeah, wash your hands.
Yeah, I know. It's absurd. I don't know what to expect, man. You know, we're really happy these venues are being very generous and you know, they're helping again keep the lights on and put food on the table and all that sort of thing. I'm just hoping that the people show up and make it worthwhile for these promoters and owners who are, you know, really taking a chance. And yeah, we'll see, man. It's going to be super interesting one way or another. And we will have to circle back and do another welcome to Cooperville when we're ready. And we come back and give you the report.
When the tiger's blood is running thin.
Tiger's blood, baby. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Gonna put it to the test. Let's see what happens.
No, man, it's all good. I know you get.
My wife is a nursing student, so she got the vaccine. She was, she had to get it to keep in nursing. So I mean, I'm pretty sure I already had it last March. But who knows, man? Right. It's mutating, Teenage Mutant Ninja COVID. I don't fucking
know. Here's the deal. If your wife turns into a zombie, I need you to give me a heads up. I just need to know. I just need, I'm starting to supply some shit. I just need to know, if the apocalypse is coming, what do I need to be prepared
I'll let you know, man. I'll shoot you a text. Right? Sure.
Be like, dude, tiger's blood. # tiger's blood. That'll be the code word. Oh, shit.
Shit. It didn't work.
Here we go again. Awesome. Hey, Adrian, my brother, thank you so much for jumping on the first episode of the live show. I want to have you back on as often as you want to jump on.
It's my pleasure and my honor to be a part of it, brother. You're one of the coolest cats we've met in the industry, and one of the, as you know, in your experience and what we've discussed off camera, that genuine aspect of it's this dude, it's a real dude. You're not full of shit, and my brother and I really appreciate that, because it's the music business, brother.
Yeah, and again, we've talked a lot about these things off camera and for over the course of many years about these things. And there's a handful of people that I met in 20 years in radio that, I genuinely give a fuck about, to the core. How you doing? And you and I can go 6 months without besides the social media, whatever, jumping on. I'll be like, you pop into my head, or a song will come on and I'm like, eh. Or fucking, Jack Burton quotes come out and I'm like, that motherfucker.
How's he doing? That's again another funny. Okay, so my brother we just did this post, and in the post is a picture of the two of us, and we asked people about, tell us some story or how you met us and blah blah blah. And one of the comments had a picture from Radio Row, I think is what they called it at that festival when we met you.
Yeah.
Was it Rockfest?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. And there was a picture from the guy who put Radio Row, we met you guys. And I was like, oh shit, dude, that's where I met Coop.
That's where we were sneaking you guys drinks. You're like, what is this? I'm like, I don't even know. I don't even know what this is. I just said, yeah, fill it up with some shit. And they're like, oh, there you go. That's fine. Cooper, you're not supposed to carry more than 2 drinks out. I'm like, but what are you going to do?
It's Cooper, man. It's Cooper.
It's all good. I'm going to drink all. I'm going to drink all this. Come on, man.
Right. It's all for me, man. It's all. Yeah. And I'm hoping, man. And then some other people actually posted from that same festival, from the campground area.
Yeah, because you guys borrowed a golf cart.
And we borrowed the golf. Well, we brought it back. We did bring it back. That's why
it's borrowed.
We brought it
back. Didn't steal it. You just borrowed it.
And I'm like, man, is it? I hope it goes back to that, dude, because those experiences, looking back now on them, is just like, wow, dude. Are those ever going to happen again? Is it ever going to be like that again? And even if it is, everyone's good. What is everyone going to be wearing 3 fucking masks? It's
10.
Just like.
If 2 is better than 1, 10's better than 2. 6 feet of mask. It's running like a giant dick on your face, just running into fucking people. It's gonna be horrible. This is the future until the zombies show up. Then we just fight them off with our masks, I guess.
I do. Yeah, with your mask, you just fight them off. Because the mask is
it's gonna save us all. Adrian Patrick, we are otherwise on all the social medias. Follow them on Twitch. And dude, I appreciate the time. It's always good catching up and seeing your face. And we'll chat soon, man. We'll chat soon.
All right, No Limit Cooper, baby. Welcome to Coopersville. Happy. All right, you too, brother.
Tiger's blood.
Tiger's blood, baby.
Adrian Patrick from Otherwise on the show. Really I always love talking to AP and always wish the best to them and to Ryan and all the guys, and hopefully that tour goes off. And I know they got some Wisconsin dates too, so definitely check out We Are Otherwise on all their socials, because I think they got some Wisconsin dates. I'm pretty sure they do. So hopefully get a chance to go and hang out with them. I did see my buddy Phil was jumping on there, and so he's going to get back once he figures out the whole internet thing. So we'll get Phil Norvold on here. Still to come on the program, Jymmy Tollard of the Lonely Ones is going to be on. We've got Neil Middleton of Royal Bliss. They also have a show tonight. I saw him post something that they have a show probably somewhere in Utah. Does anybody know? Like, nobody reports on what's going on in the state of Utah. Maybe it has like a wall around it. Like, we don't talk about what happens in the state of Utah, probably for a plethora of reasons. But Neil will be on, Vince Eberts of Nuisance, and then Mitch from Wayland will also be coming on the show. So lots to get to. Wherever you are watching the show, I see we got Facebook is up and rolling. Thank you all for jumping on there. If you want to jump on the comments, of course, we can pop your questions on here. Or let us know where you're watching from. YouTube, the same thing in the comments. Let us know what you got going on, where you're at, what you're doing on a Friday night. And twitch.tv/No Limit Cooper or via the Twitch app. You can also check out the program, not just today, but every day, as this will be a Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Central, plethora of conversation and rhetoric and just stupidity and the zombie apocalypse. So we're looking forward to that. I do know that coming up next week, we have some great artists going to be joining us. I just talked to Joey Armina. He's going to be on. Who else? Tim King of Soil is coming on next week. And October Rose, the country artists, are going to be on next Friday. They will be at Country Fest, which I am your MC of, coming up this June in Cadott. Get some comments over here. Becky's on. Yes, Rockfest is the best. I can't. Adrian wouldn't argue with that. I'm not going to argue with that. Rockfest is the best. And really excited for this July. Great lineup and great crew out there too. Always take care of us when we're there. One of the big things happened we got Super Bowl coming up this weekend, Super Bowl 55. See, after the Packers lost, here's what happened. I disavowed football. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I don't want any part of it. I don't want to listen to what's going on. I don't want to listen to sports talk radio. My buddy Dan has got a great morning sports talk show. I'm like, fuck it, I'm not going to listen. I don't want to know all the heartbreak. But, then you get to Super Bowl week, and this one's kind of been, a little bit different. No Radio Row. There's been no media day, really. They did like a virtual media day. I think the teams show up today or tomorrow. I don't know. I think maybe today. Except for Tampa, because obviously they're already there. But are you watching the Super Bowl? If you're watching on any of the social medias, let me know if you're watching the Super Bowl. Maybe who you're picking to win. Yes, I'll be at Country Fest, host with the most. It's a weird year. Like The Weeknd, who's doing the halftime show, which we could get into a long debate on. #Why is Metallica not done the Super Bowl halftime show yet? Oh no. But The Weeknd is doing the Super Bowl halftime show. Had to put up $7 million of his own money to pull it off. I've never heard any other artist. Usually, like, it's, the Pepsi Super Bowl halftime show. So, Pepsi's throwing a bunch of money in there. Pepsi's not doing any advertising during Super Bowl 55. Neither is Coke. Neither is Budweiser. I mean, how many iconic commercials? If you just watch Super Bowl for the commercials, how many iconic Budweiser ads have there been? That Lost Puppy one. I think they ran the 9/11 one, 10 years ago with the Clydesdales kneeling. I mean, things that you're emotionally tied to. You may not give a shit about the game, but you're like, oh, man, that commercial, man, got me right here. Not doing any advertising. I mean, I'd say I get it, but I don't get it. I mean, supposedly, I think I read that Budweiser is going to use the money they would spend on a Super Bowl commercial to help with COVID relief efforts. Okay. I mean, I get it. But don't you think, and we've discussed this a little bit, over the course of this show, that people need a sense of normalcy. And the Super Bowl is going to look weird. I think they have, it's 30% capacity. That's like 22,000 people, which seems like a lot. But in a stadium that can hold, 90 at Raymond James Stadium, it's going to look weird. And they're going to be in pods of people. Pods of people that somehow can afford to go to the Super Bowl in the middle of all this. And then they have a lot of frontline workers. I think a whole bunch of frontline workers from the Tampa, St. Pete area get to go. But people need that like sense of normalcy, like Super Sunday. It doesn't matter if you have a horse in the race or not. You know, if you like Tampa or if you like Kansas City, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, you got, I mean, the future and the GOAT. Like, people need to be like, oh, man, I can't wait to see that great Budweiser commercial because they're going to do something that's going to be epic and I'm going to cry. But no, not going to happen this year. It just seems like a weird decision to me. I mean, no Pepsi, no Coke, you know, iconic brands. There's a lot of them that are not doing any advertising. You would think, strictly from a marketing standpoint, I'll come at that and it may sound like an asshole. Strictly from a marketing standpoint, chances are there's going to be more eyes on the Super Bowl than in previous years. And it's besides soccer. I don't want to get into that debate. Besides soccer games, which are watched by billions of people in America, it's going to be one of the most viewed games, Super Bowls, probably in history because ain't nobody got nowhere to go. You would think that would be a great time to market yourself. And you pay marketing people a shit ton of money to come up with clever ideas of ways to get what you're trying to sell across. Maybe not even trying to sell anything. Budweiser really never tries to sell beer during any of their commercials. It's always, you know, something heartfelt or some emotional tie-in. It's not like, grab a Bud. I don't know. I think they should have stuck with it, but that's just me. But it'll be a fun game. You know, Patrick Mahomes, back-to-back Super Bowls. The future, I guess people are calling him in the NFL. Tom Brady, I think, as a Packer fan, I don't want to say the GOAT conversation is over. But if greatest of all time, GOAT, is based on Super Bowls, and you take the fact that Tom Brady left the AFC to come to the NFC and then took a team that, Tampa Bay had a pretty good roster. They were a quarterback short of being in contention. Tom Brady comes, Gronk comes, you sign a couple big name free agents, you got Antonio Brown, you got Mike Evans. You're in the Super Bowl. I mean, that even with all those weapons, it's still a pretty big feat. I mean, the Packers should have won that game, but let's not get into that. So you have the GOAT and you have the future. It should be a great game. Hopefully everybody gets a chance to enjoy it with family and friends. You know, enjoy those moments because at this point, that's all we got. So Phil Norvold of Max-Bilt was supposed to be on here. He just texted me and said he sucks. I'll just tell him to jump back on because I saw his face pop up. It's the miracle of technology. We can text and be live at the same time. But so we'll get to Phil and also Jymmy Tollard of the Lonely Ones, formerly of Bobaflex. Spent many a raucous night with the Bobaflex guys and the Lonely Ones, their new project. He's coming up. They have a new single that just dropped today, so we'll talk about that. Neil from Royal Bliss, Vince from Nuisance. I talked to Vince earlier today because I noticed on his social media he's been posting him doing some rhymes with some beats behind it. I said, dude, why don't you do that shit on the show? So he's gonna drop some funky rhymes on us, and then Mitch from Wayland going to join us from Joshua Tree, California, and talk about all the things going on in Camp Wayland. So that's a lot of fun stuff coming up. I did see this, and I found this, I don't know, moronic, and yet, I don't know, super clever at the same time. So there is this, let me make sure I can read what this thing is. So apparently if you buy 1 square foot of land in Scotland, okay? 1 square foot of, obviously you're not going to do a whole lot with it. Plant a tree or something. I don't know. A small tree. If you buy 1 square foot of land in Scotland, that makes you a lord or a lady. So I become Lord Cooper and you become Lady Nicole if you own 1 square foot of land in Scotland. So how did I find out about such things? Was I Googling it for a great Valentine's Day gift? Fuck no. Just on the Insta, see this really weird looking ad. No, it's like somebody was knighting somebody. I was like, what is this? So there's this app, because of course there's an app for this, where you can go on and you can buy a square foot of land in Scotland, they send you a certificate that then makes you Lord or Lady, insert your name here. Comes with a plaque and everything. I don't think it comes with the swords. You can be, that's knighted though, isn't it? I don't know, it's weird. So what is it? Via Established. Via Established is the Instagram. And you can buy yourself or someone you love a foot of land in Scotland, and they will become a lord or a lady. Do you remember when buying somebody a star, was it like the star registry? Remember when that was a thing? Like what a farce that was? Oh, hey, honey, I bought you a star. You did. Yeah, it was like $9.99. And now your star is here in the sky somewhere. This reminds me of like the star registry. It does. I see you, Phil. I see. I'm going to add you here in a second. So if you want that square of land, I think as a thank you to Phil for joining us, what I'm going to do is I was just talking about, you can go online, you can buy a square foot of land in Scotland. And
shit, I'm a lord already, brother.
You're a lord already?
Shit.
You're not you're the lord of
where's my lord paperwork?
Lord of the dance, maybe. You're like the Michael Flatley, the bearded Michael Flatley.
I don't even know who that is.
He was the lord of the, remember like the Irish, the Celtic dancing, and they would all tap.
Oh,
and
yeah, totally.
Michael Flatley, lord of the dance. You're the lord of the
hey, babe, where's
beard.
my lord paperwork? My lordship paperwork. It should be right is it right here? Yeah.
Look at this. You know,
What's up?
This wasn't even planned.
Oh, you don't have clothes on?
Well, this live show went. This is going to be taken off the interwebs. Lord Phil Norvold is on the show now. Congratulations! Now I'm going to address you as that from here on out.
Oh, that's good. As long as we get that out of the way, I knew that piece of paper was good for something.
I feel like this information should have been passed along earlier. Like this has been a miss with us.
Well, I just feel like we just don't connect anymore.
Well, when you're a lord, I mean, I understand you got lordly things to do.
Well, I know, and dealing with all these peasants.
The peasants and their silly plagues. You know,
blah blah blah.
They're tough to wrangle. How you doing, bearded friend?
Good, man. Good. Busy.
Yeah,
so that's good, right?
You've been out and doing stuff though. You've been taking the new whip around to places and getting out in the outdoors.
We're putting all the miles on that thing. Yeah, we got it in October. We've got 11,000 miles on it already.
You've been some places.
Yeah, sir. So, new Jeep truck, Gladiator, diesel, blah blah blah. Doing a lot of the camping thing, the overlanding.
Clever.
That's what everybody calls it now. I think it's also known as camping.
Well, I think in certain circles,
right,
it's overlanding.
Yeah, well, exactly, and that's we've been developing some new products around overlanding and whatnot, and so doing some product research and development, which is awesome because I enjoy getting out into the woods and getting lost. So that's definitely my favorite part of the job.
Do you have a temperature that you just say no to? I'm just looking at this weekend and I'm seeing, the high temp on Sunday is like 4 below, wind chill about 36 below. Do you have a point, even though you're obviously, lumberjacky? I mean, Lord lumberjacky.
I would normally say absolutely. That's just no, thank you. 3 weeks ago, I was up in Munising, Michigan, and I slept outside in a tent. And so, and it was kind of the same thing. It was, well, I guess it was, to be fair, it was like 19 degrees out. So it was pretty warm in comparison to 36 below.
Balmy.
But I wasn't uncomfortable really at all. And so, and then like anytime I'm like, oh, well, I'm just not going to do it. I just think about like, I don't know, people that didn't have the choice at some point. And then it's like, well, I can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. And then you just go hard and just say whatever.
So you revert back to the hunter gatherer,
It's a primal instinct.
primal monkey brain. It's going to be fine. I'll sleep in a tree. That's
right.
I mean,
exactly.
I mean, it makes sense.
But I think I would say no. I wouldn't probably do it until somebody was like, "Bet you can't do it," and then it's like, "Well, let's just do it and see what happens."
Well, as a lord, I
The
think
worst thing is I'm going to die.
you have to set as a lord, you have to set the example for the peasants.
That's
like, stop being little bitches. Let's go and do this.
Yep.
Hypothermia.
What's that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, The Revenant?
Remnant, yeah.
Yeah, when he gets like mauled by a bear, Hugh Glass. I was reading a book about like old trappers and shit, and like we're pussies.
Oh yeah.
It's just the sheer fact of the matter.
You with your central air and your, I could just, what temperature do I want it to be upstairs when I'm done with this show? 78 sounds about good. I like it nice and balmy up there.
Yeah. Or a dryer. Oh, you have a clothes dryer. Cool.
No, hang that shit on a stick over a fire, man.
Right, yeah. I had to get naked and then like dry my shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucked.
It doesn't get any better. Okay, it does get better. I mean, we've come so far. We don't have to be naked when it's 36 out. Now we can dry our clothes in the dryer, and then go back outside with heat warmers. So it's been an interesting 14 months of 2020 now.
That's funny you say that, because that was like everybody was like, oh man, January 1, that's gonna be the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you mean December 32nd? Or whatever. I don't know how many days are in December, but I was confused with that. But it's like it just felt like an extension of the year. It didn't really feel like, but also like, okay, I'm all right with it. Like we've had some great opportunities. It's been shitty as like a whole.
Right.
If you look at it on paper, it's probably not so great. But when I look, at my nuclear family and my, the shop and the guys there, like we've all been there, we've all stepped up, we've all got it done, and that's provided a lot of awesome opportunities for us.
Do you find that some people took this opportunity there wasn't a whole lot? I mean, especially I want to say in the Jeep world, but the off-road world, when you have, large-scaled events, or big events over the course of, the summer into the fall, even into the winter, a lot of those things not happening. Do you find that a lot of people, took that time to maybe do some upgrades? Do you find yourself plenty busy at the shop with people doing things on the off chance eventually they can do?
Yeah, we're definitely busy. Our service side, like it builds and general repair, like doubled last year, which to be honest with you, like people weren't driving, it shouldn't have. And yes, there was plenty more like upfitting as far as like, I'm going to take my vehicle and I'm going to go out into the woods. I'm going to go socially distance. So help set me up for that goal. There was plenty of that, but at the same time, I didn't think there was that much. And then like our product sales tanked,
right?
Which I thought they were like amazing. And then, you come up for air at the end of the year, you look at some of the numbers and I was like, oh, not what I just like, how are things doing? Well, I don't know. I'll go with what you feel. Pretty good, I think.
I feel like they're decent.
Yeah. I just didn't know.
Yeah. We got Nicole says, hey there, Wicked Beards. That could be the name of our band.
Yes.
Wicked Beards.
Could I be a drummer?
Yeah, drummers always have to carry all the equipment though. So
all right.
You got to be like,
how about light percussion, like a triangle?
There you go.
Or tambourine.
Yeah, I think percussion, you got to cover all those things. You got the triangle, the tambourine, maybe a washboard. I think if you could incorporate that,
absolutely,
that's,
I could do that.
That's right. Lord of the washboard. That's you. So 2021, obviously, we talked about how it's really just an extension of 2020, just given all this stuff. But as you look on your calendar, because I know that, with the spring eventually coming and summer eventually coming and the busy things on there, do you see a lot of things that are still on as far as like, Easter Jeep Safari is coming up? I mean, things that you have planned, is there still?
And that's, yeah. So like in March, we're my son and I are taking a trip out to the Grand Canyon. for a week-long excursion, basically to get some content for some of these new products, but then also just to kind of get out with a couple other adventure buddies. But that's a fun, but definitely a work trip there. And then a couple weeks later is Easter Jeep Safari. I'm not going to be going, but I'm going to try to get some of my guys to go. We don't really know what it looks like, and it might just be there hanging out, getting more content, making some more contacts. And then we're doing, with our little marketing gig, we're doing some coverage of the Bassmasters tournament. We sponsor Pat Schlopper, who's a Shields ace angler that made it big time, and we've been helping him and supporting him. So we're going to do some coverage for him down in Texas. Not really have to do with Max-Bilt, but I don't know. I'm going to put his boat in with our Max-Bilt little truck on Champion Day or whatever race day. I don't know. Fishing day? Angle day.
Angler? Yeah. I don't know.
Angling day. And then of course, we were hoping to do Epic Willie's Adventure in May. The more we're talking about, and I actually haven't released this information to anybody, so you're hearing it first.
Dun, dun, dun.
But it's looking like August. Just because with things like slowly opening, and then things are like I've got a speaking event in May. I've selfishly taken a little time. I'm going to go do one of those Spartan events in May. So and then it's my son's birthday in May. It's just one of those things where I feel like the floodgates are kind of going to be opening to the beginning of summer. That was going to be a hard one to regulate. So we pushed it back to August. But it's going to be go, but it's going to be go a little bit differently.
Right.
We're putting on the Max-Bilt side, we're putting a big focus into like digital ad marketing. We do a lot of content marketing, and our focus is organic. But once we know that people enjoy the things that we put out there for people to see, even like the social world it's a pay to play for and whether it's Google or Bing or Facebook, Instagram, they're what did my buddy call it? He's like, you want somebody that when they search Jeep, Max-Bilt pops up, hops in their back pocket, and follows them around the internet until they buy your shit.
Oh yeah.
And I tell you, like, as frustrating as some of those ads on Facebook are, my buying habits alone, like that works for me.
Right.
I see something, and as much as I'm like, I'm only going, because I know I'm going to buy it.
I know.
But so we're putting a lot of focus into that. We're working with a company out of Milwaukee, and I think that we'll kind of see what that can do for us. So if we can continue to grow the business and limit the boatload of travel that the money we would spend, and kind of refocus some of that, because we saw that we could survive a year without having to travel and go to all those events.
Right.
So now it's like, let's look at it differently and handpick the events we're doing.
Any plans for Vegas this year?
Well, that's one that we'll definitely be going to, SEMA in November.
Because they canceled it, right? This last year they didn't.
Yeah, they canceled it, and we were going to have our 67 Gladiator brought out in the Crown Automotive booth, but we'll probably bring that this year. And then what we were going to bring this year, if all panned out, was that old bus that we bought, and we were going to redo that. But I really need another year to build that bus because I can't fit it all in.
Right. I saw that bus coming off the trailer, by the way. Yeah. Need a couple of minutes with that one. Need some time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, Phil, Lord Phil, of the Wicked Beards, he plays the triangle. By the way, we have to copyright that ASAP. Wicked Beards. So call your
Wicked Beards. I already got the T-shirt. It's trademarked, and I have the domain.
Make it so. Number one, make it so. Enjoy your weekend. Stay warm up here. It's going to be shit-tastic, but let's catch up sometime soon, my friend. Thanks for jumping on.
All right. Yep. Thanks for having me.
Better late than never. You're like the Titanic coming to port.
That's right.
Like, as long as it gets here, it's cool, man. As long as it comes.
I felt so bad.
I
My
don't feel-
buddy texted me. He's like, "When do you go on?" And I was like, "Shit, fuck, sorry."
It's all good, man. It's live.
All
We make it work. I just talk shit for 20 minutes. No worries. All right,
All
brother.
right, we'll see you, bud.
Catch up soon, man.
Later.
All right, Phil Norvold of Max-Bilt Off-Road and Manufacturing. Check them out on their Insta at Max-Bilt Off-Road MFG and at Mr. Max-Bilt. That's Phil Norvold. Keeping on with Cooperville Live. Thank you to everybody who's jumping on here and being a part of this, whether you're on Facebook or you're on the YouTube or you're on the Twitch. It is my greatest pleasure to bring on my friend Jymmy Tollard of the Lonely Ones. How you doing, my friend?
Cooper, what's up, buddy? Been a while.
The dream, man. How about yourself?
Pretty bored, but staying kind of busy, I guess.
Well, dude, you guys just dropped a new song today, man. It's fucking, that thing bangs, man. It bangs.
You dig it, man? Good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
So what's it? I'm trying to, I kind of know behind the scenes a little bit, because obviously I've known you guys for a long time. I know a lot of band guys for a long time. The old process of putting a song out, it had its difference. You could do different things, do it different ways. What's it like trying to put music out when it's tough to get together with everybody? What was the process like to get out, change the station?
Man, it was tough, like with some of our earlier songs, because we were a lot more, literally locked down. This one, we recorded this, I want to say it was like mid-late October. It's kind of about the social climate right now. So our original goal was to put it out on November 4th. We were going to rush it.
Right.
And we ended up, we partnered up with a new record label called Imagine Records, new to us. They're not new. And they wanted to delay everything a little bit. So this has actually been way easier than what I'm used to, because normally, I'm going through like the 3 to 5 week slog of, double checking, going through our distribution that we go through, all that. And it's a lot more work than I care to put in. So it's kind of nice to have somebody else handling it.
Right. No, man, it's a fucking great tune. And I think even, not releasing it on that specific date, that specifically targeted date, I still think the validity of it. And I even saw you jumping on, and it was like, was it Newsmax, or I saw you jump on something and posting like, here we wrote this song just for you guys. And it was like, change the station. I'm like, this motherfucker.
You caught me in a private moment of being a dick. No one was supposed to see that, and then I saw a bunch of people told me they saw it.
Well, it's like, it's like sponsored. It has some sponsored, and I'm like, whatever this is. And then I see like your name, like, well, what is he saying here? Let me do a little bit of research before I talk to this cat in a couple hours. So no, that's,
you caught me with my pants down on that one. I was just insulting people. I thought it was private. I thought nobody could see.
Yeah. Damn the interwebs and its mass consumption.
It's everywhere, man.
No, man, it's been a minute since you and I got a chance to chat and hang out. So
a couple of years, I'd say, huh?
Yeah, I mean, since the Bobaflex days, I know there was the transition into the Lonely Ones, and but the sound, dude, I just, me, I like dirty fucking rock and roll. I mean, that's been my thing forever, and this sound that you guys have is just that. It feels like I need to be in a packed club, in some state where you can still smoke inside, because it needs to have that like fucking haze, over the crowd. I probably I need to have a couple beers spilt on me, probably some shots of Jägermeister, and I need to be at this show, because the vibe is just, man, it's so fucking spot on.
Oh, thank you so much, man. I can't wait to actually do that.
Right. Have you guys played a show yet? Have you got a chance to?
We did one socially distanced show back in July, and it was cool. It was a really good time, but like you said, there's a certain vibe that comes with a huge packed, sardine can of people, and it's just different playing for people that are much more spread out. They're way further away.
Right.
The vibe is just different. Yeah,
I talked to Matt James, Black Talk Mojo. They're doing a show tonight down in Houston, and it's that socially distanced. Everybody's got, they got the X's on the floor, and they got tables, and everybody's in kind of a pod thing. And I think there's an excitement to do a show, But I mean, I've seen you play. I've seen you. I've seen you at Rockfest. I've seen you in small venues, and the feel of you guys and bands like Blacktop Mojo and a handful of others. Like, you gotta be like shoulder to shoulder, man. You gotta be just, it's gotta be dirty. It's gotta be dirty, and I can't wait till we can, get back to that point. And I bet you guys can either. Man. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Have you thought about the moment? Have you thought about the moment when, you're side stage or you're backstage, before the house lights come up, that moment I had Mike on from the Violet and I was talking to him about this a little bit. For me as the guy who usually goes out and does the introduction, they come up and they raise the house lights and I'm like, and I say motherfucker like 12 times because it's just like, I don't know.
You have to.
It just flows. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, and it's just, and you get them riled up and then they bring the lights back down. I think I've come when you guys were at Rockfest, I've come like right past you and you guys are on the side of the stage, you're doing the neck thing. You're just getting loose, getting ready to go. The lights go down. How jacked are you for that moment at a fucking packed venue when you're side stage, the lights go down and it's time to just rip? I mean, are you clawing at the wall yet?
Oh, in so much, man. Honestly, I'll probably be nervous, which I'm used to not being nervous before shows. I bet you I get that butterflies in my chest again.
Yeah, and it's probably been a minute since that because you've been doing the stage for a minute.
Yeah, it was probably around the time I did one of my first shows with you up in Eau Claire, and it was one of the birthday bash. It happened to be my birthday too.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember getting butterflies and all that, and getting real scared.
No, man, yeah, it's been a minute, but I think that the fact that there's still music coming out, I don't think anything excites me more. Because there was a lull when when it was 15 days to flatten the curve and everybody's like, this is just a short break, it's going to be fine. And then that got extended. Obviously now we're like, I don't know, fucking
10 months, something.
Some 10 months and 15 days we're flattening the curve still. But there was that lull when everybody like didn't know what the fuck was going on. And there was just nothing, and then, but when new stuff comes out, like when you guys came out and you were dropping some stuff or you're popping in on social media, like that is like that's what's keeping, I think, rock fans, especially because you know how passionate they are about the music. That's what's keeping them like from losing their shit. Is like, okay, we got a new Lonely One song today. Okay, we're good. Like we can fucking get through the weekend. Like it's gonna be fine. We're gonna live.
That's how I feel on my end. I'm very much like I'm living one project to the next, whether that's an hour-long thing or a 3-month-long thing. I'm always set. Okay, what's next on the calendar here? So it's definitely that's what's keeping me sane through all this.
Well, I'm glad you're keeping sane, man, and it's so good to catch up with you. I appreciate you being a part of the first episode of Cooperville Live, and tell people where they can go and get the new fucking song, man, because it's killer.
You get it anywhere. I think I'm about to put the link on my Facebook page, Jymmy Tollard. You can go Spotify. You can go. We got the video up on YouTube, Apple Music, wherever you get it, it's there.
Jymmy Tollard, The Lonely Ones. The new song is Change the Station, and it fucking rips, and it's so appropriate for this time that we are in. And nail on the head, man. Congrats to you and the guys. Tell everybody I said hello and I miss their faces and I can't wait to fucking see you guys in person and have a drink and fucking rock out, man. It's gonna be a good time.
I can't wait, buddy.
Awesome, Jymmy. Take care of yourself, man.
Be good, man.
Next time we get you on, we're gonna talk baseball, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Take care of yourself, man.
Later, buddy.
Later. Jymmy Tollard of The Lonely Ones. New song is out today. It's called Change the Station. It is Cooperville Live for all of you who are watching on Facebook and on YouTube and on Twitch. Thank you. Make sure you jump on the comments, leave some questions. I got to get this on here. Too bad Jymmy just jumped off. Near this one. he does kind of look like Steven Tyler. He's kind of got that look about him. And his moves on stage are the same way. It's crazy.